So I've decided to give you guys an account update when it comes to profit, and you can see that it's only 1.21% profit. So why in the title of this video does it say I've made over 10% in a week? Well, don't forget that I'm also trading a Bitcoin account, and I'll get into how much this actually is, but I was in at about 9,000, and it's gone up roughly 10% or 9% in the last since I got involved on the 24th of this month. So, or actually 24th of last month. So I made my Bitcoin deposit on April 24th, and I've been able to make, with a combination of my trading in Bitcoin, over 10% profit, which is pretty amazing. And so far, the Bitcoin investment is working out. Bitcoin is volatile, and it's going to jump all over the place. And it's probably going to eventually go under 9,000 at some point. But the bigger picture, I only see it, or I see it rising. How much, I don't know. But I'm confident that it will move up over the coming months, years. I don't, no time frame, but I plan on holding it for quite some time. Okay, so going to the account, uh, let's talk about these bits. So 100 bits is around 10,000, and so if you go searching and you put in the full equity of my account, 507,000, you'll realize that that's about $5,000, and 396,242 bits is roughly about $4,000. So they gave me a bit of a bonus, around 30% or so, on the account, which is nice. So my total account balance with equity and bonus included is about 5K. And so that's why I'm trading this account like it's $5,000. And so far it's working out very well. Okay, so if you guys are planning on doing a Bitcoin account, FX Choice is a good place for it. So far I've only have positive feedback when it comes to that. So let's talk about the trades. The trades that I've entered in the last week have been pretty decent, but a little bit slow. There hasn't been a lot of price action in my favor. So the push down on the pound Canadian dollars, it's been in a downtrend for quite a while now. And so my expert advisor is currently looking for uh, potential pullback areas in the market. So we got one right here, and that first trade just didn't work out. I was expecting a push up, and you can see the bearish candle here, followed by the bullish inside. So that's a setup of mine, and it's a two-bar setup. And you could say that it's similar to like an engulfing or a pin bar or something like that. But I like the inside candle setup more. It shows it's in history in my testing. It shows to be one of the more accurate places for a pullback in the market or a complete trend change as well. So you can see here that it just didn't work out in this case, and so that's why I entered another 20 pips later, another 20 pips later, another 20 pips later, and eventually the price did find its support right near the half number at 1.75, and shot up, and a ton of green candles in a row, and you can see where all of my trades closed out for profit right here altogether. Okay, so that was on the pound CAD. And you can see the current trades that are in now, and this was the initial setup here, the two-bar setup. Bearish candle followed by a bullish inside. Pushed up a little bit, about 32 pips or so, and then went straight down. It found some support down here at this 1.74 level, or near it. And I was hoping that we'd get a little bit more pushback, push up, and it just didn't happen. I needed about another 10 pips or so in order for that to close out, and it just, well, didn't quite get it. So I'll wait, be patiently, but four trades, not bad. And we had just four trades before that that, ended up pulling into profit. So it's part of the strategy. And you could say that it's dangerous trading like this because it's going against the trend, but guys realize that this is counter trend trading, and I feel like in most cases it's maybe easier to find pullbacks in the market than it is to trade the trend. Now, some people are going to disagree with me on that because you always say the trend is your friend, um, but it can be tricky because a lot of our indicators that we have show us to get into the trend when it's already very well established and it's possibly near the end of its cycle. And so that's why trend trading can be dangerous depending on what system that you're using. But I like counter trend trading because I feel like I can spot places in the market where there are pullbacks. All right, so uh, those are the current trades there and on the pound CAD. Now let's talk about the New Zealand CAD. Now this has also been in a downtrend, and I can zoom out just a little bit so you can see the bigger picture. So downtrend that you see here, and entered on a pullback or the potential pullback. So you can see the bearish candle followed by the bullish inside. So then complete candles inside, and the entry. Now the spread was a bit high, and you can see where my entry was. I think the spread was about 6 or 7 pips. And I have a filter on the spread. So if spread is over 10 pips, then my EA won't trade. So uh, that's another filter that I have just in case the spread is too high. All right, so there is a round number here, 0.9. So I was expecting some increased volatility around this level. It doesn't mean that price is going to reverse at it. It could just break right through, but increased volatility means that there's going to be a lot of this, and then it's going to break out, or it's going to continue its trend. And in this case, it was a nice pullback. There was basically profit the entire way of holding this trade. And and the expert advisor did get the reversal correct on the pushback on the pullback there on this pair. So where are we right now? We are this time it's a sell trade, so a short position. And you can see the entry here. So this is inside bar. This is a bullish candle followed by a bearish inside. So that is a reversal pattern or a continuation of the trend. And I've told you guys before that I am a counter trend trader, right? But I can trend trade as well, and it depends on what's happening with the price. So if this is in a downtrend, right, and I'm looking for trades on pullbacks, so right here, pullback here, looking for pullback here, obviously the pullback here, right? But if there is enough of a pullback, so if enough of a push up, I can also look for entries here, and like it is now, entries here. So it depends on how much of price or how much pullback actually happened. In this case, there was actually a pretty substantial pullback, and I like it to be anywhere from 185 to like 100, 200 pips on the pullback. And if that's the case, in this case here, it's about 100 pips. It was enough price movement for me to look for inside candles, or my expert advisor to look for inside candles, and it did. And it found one, and it looks like the trend may continue down in this case, and it is. So if you're wondering that if I'm strictly a counter trend trader, no. Apparently, I can also trade with the trend as well, and my expert advisor uh, takes the best opportunities when it comes to looking for pullbacks in the market. Pullback here, you can call this a pullback or a continuation of the trend, and so my expert advisor is multifaceted in that way. All right. So hopefully that explains a little bit about when and where to enter on potential reversal candles. So that's bullish, like an engulfing candle, a pin bar, in my case, an inside candle setup. Sorry, the headphone's turning off again. All right, so looks like a pretty great trade, and I'll hold on to this until my account rolls into profit. You can see the drawdown, and the drawdown is because of the pound Canadian dollar trades right now. So similar situation on the Aussie CAD. There's a downtrend, and I'll zoom out so you can see that. So this has been moving down for quite a while, and expert advisor looking for pullbacks on the long side. So looking for a pullback to push up there, and you can see that that just went right against it. There's a round number right there, 1.97, and I said that there is increased volatility around those levels, and in this case it could have bounced from there, but it also just broke right through. So there wasn't any of this indecision going on. This was a very prominent push right down, and entered a second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth trade on this one. And this one took a few days to close out. It was about 3 or so days, but eventually it did close out. Came out into profit and closed out for about 50 pips or so on this. All right, so that worked out very well. Price went against me a little bit, and you're probably wondering about drawdown. Drawdown was not been high at 0.59%, so that was actually a pretty good setup. And 6 trades, does not necessarily mean high drawdown. All right, so in this case, it's very similar to the New Zealand CAD where price has been moving down. Pullback was substantial here from the bottom to the top, and I was able to enter on an inside candle setup. And in this case, there was the bullish candle that you see there, followed by a bearish red candle here, and entry, and then the potential for this to move back down. So let's see if this trend down continues, and if it doesn't, that's fine. My system will manage the trade just fine. But yes, very similar situation with my expert advisor potentially taking a trend trade or a continuation of the trend on the downside. All right, I think that's pretty much it for this update. I wanted to tell you guys about my trades, the Bitcoin account, where I potentially see Bitcoin going. And yes, I'm happy with the results so far. And I probably will be giving less updates when it comes to, uh, you know, profits on my account. I want to get more involved in the actual trades themselves and how things are going uh, on a bigger scale instead of just telling you guys about what profit was made on my account. I want to go into more detail on the trades themselves and how they were taken. All right, thanks you guys for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you on another video. Bye.